Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to Mr. Jeffrey Earl Miller from legendary punk band Old Bull's Needle out there in Denver, Colorado. There he is right now, and he's putting his earbuds on, and there he is. Welcome,
My
everybody.
brother.
Jeffrey Earl Miller. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Not too damn shabby. The intro worked out pretty good, dude. I like your little horn section there was perfect, and that intro for you.
That's Rico Rodriguez, who was the trombonist for the Specials, and that song's called Free Ganja.
Very nice, very nice. I love that band so much, especially Judge Roughneck. You know what's stupid, dude? I remember getting free tickets for Herman's Hideaway for Judge Roughneck like once every month or every couple months.
And never going.
He'd be playing Herman's Hideaway. It, for some stupid reason, I guess I didn't put two and two together that he was the black dude from the Specials.
That's crazy.
Playing
I
in Denver.
had no idea until recently myself.
Yeah, in the early 90s. It was Judge Roughneck from the Specials. What a freaking moron. I could have probably ended up playing trombone for him at one point because I still have
Never know. Never know, dude.
Hell, dude. It was probably complete fate that I just screwed up horribly by taking my trombone to the pawn shop one day or something. Good God, live and learn, whatever.
That's right. That's life.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Earl Miller is one of my oldest friends since September of 1992.
92.
We met at Colorado Institute of Art, which is now Art Institute of Colorado. But back in the day,
they were the one. Still is.
That it still is.
But
in the day, they were the Colorado Institute of Art. They just wanted to do it back so that they could have the call letters CIA.
Make it right.
And we had several cool teachers like Doug Duggan, who recorded for Zappa and allegedly helped record Benny and the Jet. Dolly Parton, that's right. Oh, he was supposed to play guitar for Baywatch dude, David Hasselhoff.
Okay, right.
But he turned down the gig, $10,000 a week. He turned down the gig, allegedly. And I never saw his name on the credits for Benny and the Jets, but it was recorded up in the mountains at Caribou, which burned down. So
right. I ended up seeing him quite often when I worked at DMX because he worked for Comcast and was like on the uplink side of the building, and ended up seeing him periodically, just throughout the building or whatever it was. But
sure,
super nice dude, good, decent teacher too.
Yeah, he was cool. I liked him. Well, Jeffrey, so where are you from originally? I think probably Grand Junction, but any place else?
So pretty much grew up in Grand Junction, Colorado. Was originally born in a small town in Kansas, in Harrington, Kansas, area where my mom was from, and but lived pretty much most of my life as a child in Grand Junction, Colorado. Western Slope.
Right, and then how about heritage? Because I remember a long time you thought you were part Cherokee. So as a joke to Young Guns, I would say Navajo.
Navajo. So yeah, heritage I would say is pretty much European mutt. Funny thing. So yeah, always had been told as a kid that was on my dad's side, on his mother's side, some sort of Indian princess or something like that was somewhere back in the lineage. But then ended up doing some 23andMe or whatever it was, Ancestry, and that didn't ferret out whatsoever. It's totally just like, Swedish, German, English, Irish. That's maybe about it, really, for the most part,
Yeah, like most of us, we're all like mixed.
Like most of us, man. Totally. Yep,
totally. How about...
But just a mutt. So yeah, it turns out, I guess, pretty much that my grandma's some long-lost relative wasn't a native Indian princess, but...
Oh, well.
Doesn't change the fact that it's still,
Still named one of the granddaughters Sacagawea anyway. What the hell?
There you go.
Sacagawea Miller.
That's right. It sounds a nice ring.
So how about favorite music? I know you grew up liking a lot of stuff. I liked Faith No More, the old Circle Jerks, Dead Kennedys, Old Bull's Needle, of course, the best punk band to ever come out of Denver. Old Bull's Needle.
Funny you say
By the
Circle
way,
Jerks too.
Circle Jerks came from Colorado too.
No, funny you say that. That was my very first concert I ever did see. Was Circle Jerks. 7 Seconds opening up for Circle Jerks at the was it the Rainbow Music Hall? Is that what that was called there over on Evans and
Evans and
like Monaco or something?
Yeah, Monaco. It became a Walgreens.
Walgreens, right? But that was the first rock and roll concert I ever did see, coming over from Grand Junction with Tim and my little brother.
Wow.
And one other buddy, I think, probably John. And he came over and stayed with my brother who had just started going, my other brother who had just started going to School of Mines in Golden. So had a place to stay and crash and party and get hammered that night. And then, go see Circle Jerks in 7 Seconds. Killer show, incredible doctrination into rock and roll. It was mind blowing because the place was set up like really long and wide. It wasn't like a thin venue. It was really long and wide because I think it was like 3 movie theaters that they blew out and turned into one place or whatever. So the pit would just kind of move back and forth across the front of the stage. It was really kind of cool.
Nice.
And that had been probably 88, I think.
Okay.
Summer of 88 is my guess.
Sure.
Right before I graduated high school. So
I saw Dead Milkman in 88 and it was like that.
Wow, nice.
You just go with the crowd. You move whether you want to move or not. You don't even have
totally.
in fact, you don't even have to use your own English, your own energy. They just move you. You're like airborne half the time, and you move.
Right. So
that Rainbow Music place, I guess, is where U2 first played.
Oh, for real?
The Police played there. My friend Bill Gentry played there. He saw U2 there. He says he saw the Police and the Pretenders also did their first shows there.
Dang, that's crazy. I didn't know that. And it's been forever since it's even been. I mean, that was in the 80s that I was there, but I don't know when they stopped doing shows there. But by the time I moved to Denver in '92, right? It wasn't it was
gone by then
anymore. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So that's the rock and roll side of things, the punk rock side of things. I remember when we were living on Ogden, in those apartments at the dorm there on Ogden, 1340 or whatever it was.
Right next to that crack house.
Right next to a crack house. There was an eviction sale out front one day coming home from school.
Yep.
And there was some records in that eviction sale, and one of them was James Brown's The Payback double album.
The big Payback.
I grabbed that, and I still have it to this day, and that started my love for like old soul music.
Sure, and I have your Curtis Mayfield, the double record of that. I have your Curtis Mayfield still.
You jerk.
You can have it back.
Is it a good one? Which one is it?
It's the live one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it might still be good.
A lot of spoken word in between songs.
Okay, yeah.
It's still kind of cool.
YouTube might have it.
You can still find a few pot seeds and stems when you open it up,
Right in the gatefold.
That's right. Speaking of, last thing about that, Pretenders are opening up for the Foo Fighters at Target Field where the Twins play.
Okay.
That might be kind of cool, huh?
That would be cool, actually. Pretenders opening for the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, kind of cool, right?
That is kind of cool. What have they done recently? Anything, or are
they put a couple records out? They put a couple records out. They're not bad. They're pretty good. It sounds like them.
Okay.
She's got like 3
Chrissy Hines still.
Yep, Chrissy, and she's got 3 young dudes in her band now. But they, I looked at some set lists. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they do more than 3 or 4 of their goodies. Instead of it's not like a greatest hits show. Unfortunately, they do.
Okay, right.
Unless maybe this tour they are doing. But something like this, you'd think they'd be asked, please do all your hits because we're paying you all this money, But whatever.
Yeah.
It's you get what you get, I guess.
Dave Grohl's going soft on him.
Back on the chain gang.
That's right. That'd probably be a good show. I've seen Foo Fighters twice.
Sure.
Once, actually, my kids' first show was Foo Fighters at Red Rocks, so that's kind of cool.
Wow, well, you got it can't get any better from there. It's going to be all crap after that.
That's a pretty good Duncan.
You're
you're a pretty good Duncan. But
Right. Well, either way, that's cool.
yeah, and I saw him. I think like Fillmore or something like that once too. But
My
that would be a
last
good
show
show.
there was last show at Red Rocks was Primus the day before my birthday, and it fucking rained
Oh
like the
damn!
whole second half, and I think we were crabby from having to walk a mile uphill.
Right
And
in
I
the
think by the
rain.
end of it, me and Darlene ended up having to fight and just leaving early because of the rain and everything else, and it was just one of those deals where the rain kind of wrecked everything.
Right. Wrecked them, huh?
It wrecked them big time. Bend them like rectum. Uh, talk. How about your favorite food? Your favorite food, and then also your favorite junk food, and then part 3 will be the best thing that you make.
Food, junk food, and best thing I make. I would say my favorite food is probably Mexican food. That's the one that is just always is the best, regardless of what it is that you're having. Seems to you can always go to that and you can have whatever you want and still make it delicious.
Just like Taco Bell, no matter what you get, it's all the same shit, just in a different form.
but hopefully better than Taco Bell though.
But well, yeah, but yeah. I'm surprised. You'd think that Taco Bell would use cilantro by now, but I guess they're letting Chipotle. They're letting Chipotle
keep the market on that one.
They let Chipotle reign as champion because they're the one that actually uses cilantro.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Really, they don't use cilantro.
You're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. They've been in business forever, and yeah, wow. The dude just thinks it tastes like soap.
Now, Chubby's out there makes the best green chili.
Chubby's is great. Yep, I live up here now in Greeley, and Greeley has tons of excellent Mexican food, so that's excellent too. So,
did you see the recipe that Jimmy Lightning, the singer from Babyhead, left?
I did, yes.
The little 2-minute video. It's freaking dude. I want to do it one of these days. I want to try his recipe.
That's a cool idea. I
like a lot of ingredients and a lot of work, but oh my god, Denver green chili is the best in the world.
If it tastes good, it's worth it. So, yep.
Okay, so that's your favorite food. What about junk food and the best thing you make?
Junk food, it's probably almost anything sugary like candy or something like that. I just happened to grab some these little Snickers bites earlier as I was as the phone was ringing. I came and grabbed it. So like candy things, that's like a go-to sweet tooth type of a thing, Best thing I make a lot of good stuff because I do most of the cooking. And I like eating, and so I make sure I make good food.
Black pepper and everything, baby.
What's that? Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say it would have to be. I know I'd have to ask, the kids or the wife or something like that to see what they think my best thing that I make is. I make a good pizza. I do make good tacos. Whether it be carnitas or whether it be shrimp tacos or something like that too.
Yeah.
I do like cooking though.
Dude, fucking pork carnitas are sick.
I've been improving my naan game, NAAN, like naan bread, like that. I've been learning how to make that. That's good stuff too. So
sure, yeah, bread just becomes fat, man.
It does. It's super not good for you. Humans are probably never supposed to eat bread, but it's so delicious. Who cares?
Well, if I'm getting a Whopper Junior, I'm gonna eat the damn bun.
That's right. Don't give it to me in a lettuce wrap.
No shit. All right. How about any dream vacations or any vacation nightmares?
So yeah, I'd say dream vacations place I'd always wanted to go to would be like Angkor Wat or something like that in Cambodia, where it's like ancient civilization-y type stuff. I think that would be really cool to check out, and jungly too, like that, which also could turn into a vacation tragedy if something weird happens while you're there or something like that. But thankfully,
you get bit by something or
knock on wood, I don't have any.
By yourself or with your wife?
Oh no! Well, if it's Thailand, I don't know. I guess I'd probably have to take the wife for sure.
Special massage. Happy ending.
That's when we were driving through Canada. The things on the massage parlors there, the sign said body shampoos. What does that mean to you? What's a body shampoo?
They lather you all up completely, I guess. Like the Japanese ones will, from what I've seen.
That was just a sign in the window, mind you.
From what I've seen in documentaries and not porn sites, the Japanese ones. The Japanese bath thing is they rub the naked girl rubs soap on her body and then rubs her soapy body all over you.
Oh, okay, right. That's an application technique.
And while you're not you have to try not to bust it up the whole time. And then by the time she does,
pay by the minute, or is it just a?
I think it's the whole bath.
Okay.
And I think by the time that she does accidentally touch your member, you're so aroused at that point that it doesn't take her much work to finish.
So you've heard.
To finish the procedure, so to speak.
So you've heard.
So I've heard.
Yes.
I have a buddy in Japan. One of these days, I really will work on learning my Japanese.
Also.
What? How about mine? I think Costa Rica would be cool as well.
Costa Rica would be sweet. And supposedly I've always heard that's like a great place that American expats go down to Costa Rica.
Right. I've seen some of these shows
far.
where they show a couple trying to buy a house, and they're like house hunting in like Costa Rica or Hawaii or whatever. And there's one where they're in Costa Rica, and there's like a lot of Americans living down there, and they buy this nice old house for like $200,000, and it's like that's all you need for something decent.
That'd be sweet. That would be
right
sweet.
there right there in paradise
on the beach. Exactly. Yeah.
Probably have certain
crabs.
There's probably certain plants that grow there and things like that as well. That
I'm sure. Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I think Costa Rica's pretty friendly to most things American. So yeah.
Sure. There you go. How about golf or bowling or disc golf?
So
I've never been disc golfing before, but I'm sure it's kind of fun.
I've tried all three. I'm not very good at throwing a frisbee, so disc golf doesn't do a whole lot for me. I've just never been very good at it. Your ex-roommate Peace from ages ago, he's Mr. Disc Golf. He does all sorts of stuff with disc golf and stuff like that now.
He's actually getting credit at the end of the video for being the videographer on the live shot at the end of the
Right on. And but I'm just not very good at it. Never got into it, Golf, same thing. I took a class, like a Colorado Free University, learned to play golf class for like a summer one time, me and a couple buddies from work. Shout out to Bill.
That's how you got
beat
really fast.
What's that?
That's how you started beating me all of a sudden.
Well, that's all I did. And but I wasn't that good at that either. But bowling, I actually just went bowling not too long ago. My brothers and I kind of got together and went to Social Distortion a couple weekends back.
That's right.
And before we went to see the concert, we were just kind of trying to burn some time, drink some beers. We went down to Lucky Strike down on 16th Street Mall, and
I was the first assistant mechanic at that location.
I knew you used to work there, and we played for an hour or whatever. Had a couple pitchers of beer. And by the time that was done, it was time to go on down to the Mission Ballroom, which is a sweet-ass venue.
At which ballroom?
It's called Mission Ballroom. It's in like Rhino area, kind of like lower downtown.
Oh, wow. So it's totally new.
Yeah, I think it's only a handful of years old to compete in size with the shows at the Fillmore. It might be a little bigger than the Fillmore. I think like right around 4,000 or something like that. I think that's right around just under 4,000 maybe. But it is it's really tall. It's really kind of weird when you're on the inside how big it is. Sweet place though. Great sound. So
that's
Social
awesome.
Distortion rocked.
Do they got to do album out? I'm way behind on them.
I think they were waiting, or they were trying to get a new album out, and he came down with like tonsil cancer or something like that, which is amazing that he even can still sing after that. But he went through treatment. Everything's good. And now he's singing again. The openers for the show, whose name I can't even come up with at all, was his son's band.
Okay.
His son, he's maybe 25 years old or whatever it is. Sounds pretty much a lot like Social Distortion, but pretty good. It was a 4-piece band. think it was a 4-piece band, and he was a sing guitarist type of a thing, and same
Cool.
type of Social Distortion punk rock type stuff. So good show though.
Very nice.
Yeah.
The last two shows at the Fillmore would be probably Megadeth, which was pretty badass. It was like
Nice.
the first time they ever did like the third song off that newest album, the one I sent you on vinyl.
Right. You said how good that was too.
It's pretty. That record's pretty good. You better get that thing out one of these days.
I will.
And the one before that was probably the last Megadeth show, Motorhead show. The one with the Triple X or whatever. Not the very last tour, but no, you know what? It might have been the one Motorizer, and I have a shirt.
Okay.
And I was standing by the soundboard, pretty far back, and I could still feel air pressure from the speakers because it was
freaking loud, man.
That freaking loud.
That's awesome. That's wild.
Totally. In fact, that's the second loudest show I've ever been to. For number one was Ramones in '95. And that was outdoors, and that was the loudest show outdoors.
Wow, dang. I wish I would have seen them at least once. Never did see the Ramones, but
that was with Faith No More and Bush.
Oh, right on. Faith No
More.
Not bad. That's a great show.
Okay,
what year?
That was '95. The last tour, the summer '95. I saw it in Wisconsin. I won 2 tickets to it. And the same night I won those 2 tickets from that bar, I also got kicked out that night.
Well played.
I was buying shots. I bought a tray full of shots for these pretty ladies.
You were buying and what?
I was buying. I bought a tray of shots. Anyways, what was the word? My Minnesota accent.
I said you were buy and what?
Oh,
you're buying shots.
Okay.
Stupid.
Anyways, but I told the ladies, all right, they all had to give me a kiss on the cheek, and apparently one of them was the bouncer's girlfriend, and he said, "Okay, dude, time for you to leave now." I'm like, all right, fair enough. I already got my free tickets. Who cares?
That's right. How was Faith No More live? I never did see them either.
It was freaking epic, just as you can imagine.
No pun intended.
That's right. I felt like I was smoking angel dust.
That'd have been a good year to see him too. I bet '95. So yeah,
it was the King and I, or whatever the album.
Okay,
King
some good songs on that. King for a Day, yeah.
Not bad. How about I know your favorite football teams are Broncos. You got a favorite Bronco of all time?
Favorite Bronco of all time is probably John Elway. Why not John Elway? He's kind of a douchebag, I know, but he's still won us, 2 Super Bowls in a row. You can't deny his talent. So.
Oh, I know. The funniest though, Fox Radio, the day he retired and he's doing that farewell speech and he's crying, and Fox Radio made the sound of a donkey in the background as he's crying. Right. Oh my God! I wish I had a recording of it. Talk about
it's probably on YouTube.
All right. How about what's your first car?
So my first car was I think I'm not sure the year. I'm going to guess 76 Vega, Chevy Vega. So it was the 2-door with hatchback Vega. Blue with like the white stripes on it, and me and my older brother shared it, and then he ended up like rear-ending somebody or hitting a tree or something like that, and kind of wrecked it. And the thing about that wreck is my dad had put like salt blocks in the back end because it was rear-wheel drive and you needed to have traction and stuff like that.
Right.
When he was in the accident, those salt blocks came flying past and like clipped the other dude he was in the accident with. Just clipped him. Didn't kill him. No one died or anything like that. It was just an accident. Everything was fine, but could have been way worse. That freaking big ass, I don't know what those weigh. 20 pounds, 10 pounds. I have no idea.
Yeah, dude, it totally could have killed him. Sure.
Totally. Yep. Wiped him out.
Then you had an accident in Timmy's, right? You did your face hit the dash.
When so Tim got his driver's license, just shortly after he turned 16 or whatever it was, and we went out, joyriding that night or whatever it was with a couple girls, and thought we were on a different road than we were on. End up hitting a barricade at the end of a road, and I ate the dashboard in his sweet little old Chevy pickup that he had gotten for his birthday. And
so you had to get, so you got a couple fake teeth, right?
I did. Don't have them anymore. I still got them holes right there, but
you got a check, and you blew it all in like 2 months, right?
I blew it in a year. But it was,
Oh,
I mean, this was in like 90.
You got that sweet stereo. I remember that.
Got a sweet stereo. Had a sweet car for a while before it got wrecked a little bit. You know, it's what you got to do. I didn't work for a while. You know, all the things that when you're a young man, you get some money all of a sudden. What else are you going to do?
Hey, dude, just like going at our Institute of Colorado, for some reason I got a check. They called me into the financial aid, and for some reason I got a check for like $3,000, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going to work my first night at Red Rocks as security for John Tesh.
For John Tesh.
Yeah, that famous recording that he did to the video.
I
was supposed to work that night as security. I probably would have been in the front row, standing there like this.
That's a good stance, brother.
What's that?
That was a pretty good stance you had there. The security guard. That's it. That's all you need.
That was my first day, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going to that. This check's burning a hole in my pocket.
That's right.
How about your first job, or one of your earlier horrible jobs, or a job that was just a shit job, or a job you hated or were happy to quit, or even happy to get fired from because it was so awful?
Okay. So first job was paperboy. Was paperboy for a handful of years when I was a kid, like late elementary school through middle school.
Sure, I did that.
After that, I was worked at the local little amusement park in Grand Junction, Colorado. Fun Junction, it was called.
Really?
Yeah, it was just like for one summer, and it was seasonal employment, so they could pay you like $2 an hour. And this is when, granted, minimum wage at the time was probably $3.15, but still, it was $2 an hour. Or it might have even been $1.80, but since it was seasonal, they could get away with it in Junktown in the hot summer, taking tickets and pushing buttons and setting the timer, and it was hell. Then I started working at the Burger King after that.
Well, you should get paid at Burger King.
At least getting paid for Burger King, and I worked there for a while actually.
And free Whoppers.
And free Whoppers. I'd say worst job was, for a little while I worked for Schwann's, but it wasn't like on their truck. It was in their little warehouse refrigerator facility or whatever it was. Oh. But it wasn't that it was a refrigerator. It was the hours, and there was nothing planned or scheduled or anything like that. I was like, you got to carry a pager. We'll give you a call when we know there's going to be a truck in within the next 3 hours or something like that. And then you had to go in and unload the truck. I only worked there for a day and told them to pound sand.
Yeah, so. It's like, we're going to take up all your time. You can't get messed up when you're not here.
Right.
And then you got to go in whenever, and
whenever
then whenever we need you, we'll get you. But otherwise, who cares about the rest of your personal time?
Right.
They're actually based out of Minnesota. Did you know that?
Schwann's is?
Right out of Marshall, Minnesota. They're actually the ones that make Red Baron pizza, as well as the Red Baron frozen pizzas.
Okay.
And also,
do you get them delivered?
Valentine, or another one. Not DiGiorno, but another one.
Okay.
No, you don't get
my folks still, I think, get Schwann's delivery in Grand Junction. They love the stuff.
Dude, the ice cream's worth it right there.
It's pretty good ice cream for sure, but I mean, grocery stores got good ice cream too. I don't know if it's cheap or what, but
some of their hors d'oeuvres and stuff are pretty killer too.
Their frozen stuff, it's good stuff. I remember as a kid eating their little frozen pizzas, or like whatever they were, 6-inch, 5-inch pizzas,
or the mini corn dogs.
Mini corn dogs are always delicious. Yep.
I don't care if it costs you $26 for 3 of them. It's worth it.
Yep. So nothing against the Schwann's people. It's just the way the business was ran in the late 80s, early 90s, and Grand Junction was miserable because it was just bad planning. So that's probably the worst job.
I hear you. All right. How about any favorite movies and any favorite comedies?
Favorite movies or comedies?
Actually, both. Favorite movies and then favorite comedies is separate.
Like comedy movies or just like funny things or
If your favorite movies are
shit.
all comedies, that's fine.
I'm trying to think. Even I'm no good with favorites. Um, what's one that I've seen recently? Um, and I'm no good with names either. Uh, let's see. Uh, one of my favorite movies, actually, that I can always say is The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Do you like Terry Gilliam movies?
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
He's one
Brazil,
of
right?
the he did Brazil, yep, and he did even like The Fisher King, great movie. You know, he did Time Bandits. I mean, there's a handful of movies, great movies, but the one
Yeah,
that I
he's a Monty
totally
Python dude. Yeah,
he
time.
was exactly The
And
Adventures of Baron
right.
Munchausen is the one of his I always totally
Okay, okay.
loved. Great
And then
movie.
and George Harrison even paid for Time Bandits.
He paid for a lot of the Monty Python stuff, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know, how much further. Fisher King obviously was more of a big studio type thing, and
that was
some of
yeah
the later ones.
that was Jeff Bridges and Robin Williams,
Robin
right?
Williams, yeah, that was a good movie too.
Well, not
So,
to mention the Holy Grail, Search for the
and
Holy Grail.
right,
What
exactly.
is my favorite color? Wrong.
That's a pretty good comedy right there too. Then,
There you go. Nice.
Yeah, the Letterkenny stuff. I've laughed a lot at the Letterkenny. You ever watch Letterkenny?
I don't think I have.
So, are you familiar with the Trailer Park Boys?
I've heard of that. Yeah.
So those are the dudes from Eastern Canada who live in the trailer park. Losers. Funny show though, hilarious show. Don't get me wrong. Then Letterkenny is kind of like the equivalent of that, but it's more, I think, above Minnesota, Canada, where it's just about these dudes in Canada who got to make sure that they hijinks and crazy shenanigans and stuff like that, making sure they're the toughest dude in town. But it's a funny show, very funny,
Okay.
worth watching. Yep, it's more of a TV show type thing. I don't even know where it's from or how it came around, but it's called Letterkenny. I think that's the name of their town, actually.
I'm sure I can find it on YouTube or somewhere. I'm sure.
Absolutely, yep.
Right
Worth
on,
your
dude.
time.
How about my two favorite comedies are Dumb and Dumber and Dumb and Dumberer. The one 20 years later when Jim Carrey, Lloyd Christmas fakes having to wear a diaper for 20 years just so that his buddy has to change his diaper for 20 years. Finally, one day, gotcha. And then they do that trick. They're at the convention. They're like, hey, this is how we're going to get some free beers. They put their fingers down their butt cracks and they put it on the edge of the glass and then tell the woman, here, smell this beer. Doesn't it smell awful? And then you get free beer that way. That was pretty gross.
Stink palm the beer, the rim of the beer. I've never heard that.
You got to see it, dude. It was in Dumb and Dumberer. You got to see it.
Dumb and Dumberer. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, the 20-year.
I was hoping I would never have to watch that movie. Now I do.
You fuck up. You have to. You have to.
All right.
How about pets or tattoos or tattoos of pets? You got any of that?
I've got a pet, a cat named Lizzie after Thin Lizzy. And actually, we've only had her for probably not even a year yet because we got her right after Christmas this last year, I think, or early January. Because we've been living a while without any pets. I guess we have some fish and a little fish tank too, but that's meh. That's not really a pet as much, you know. And I have no tattoos, none. Not against them, just never gotten any of them.
You really should get some kind of Native American tribal thing.
Just a nod.
Just cause.
to my grandma's fictitious.
That's right. You
Indian
really
princess, great grandma, or whatever.
Get a big Thunderbird or something, you know, with a couple feathers. Come on,
that's awesome. Right. That's right.
I actually wouldn't mind getting some of that myself. To tell you the truth, I got a B in Native American tradition at Mankato State that year, and one of the two classes I got credits for that whole year, and it was a good class, Native American tradition. I I read the Indian Bible, which is called Black Elk Speaks. It's a really good, cool book to read.
Okay.
Uh,
I don't know if that's a joke or if that's honesty.
that's actually true.
Okay, Black Elk Speaks then. All right.
Black Elk Speaks. How
Okay.
about
About?
how about what's the scariest movie you ever saw?
Scariest movie I ever saw. As a kid, I remember there was a couple incidences that my mom wouldn't let me watch scary movies anymore because it would make me too scared at night or whatever it was. And it was Poltergeist, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And the other one was Exorcist, which I mean, Exorcist is, I mean, as a kid was fucking scary. Trust me.
Dude, I still can't watch it. It's freaking evil.
It is pretty gnarly. We watched it not too awful long ago, actually. But I do like the horror movies, especially if they're more thinking type horror movies, you know, not just gore or whatever it is.
I mean, like the M. Night Shyamalans.
Totally.
I want to see that new one, the one called The Watcher.
I totally do. I can't wait to see it. People can't stand him because of the endings, but it's like, come on.
I know.
My son Ollie's a total movie buff, and he taught me this. He's like, if you are that invested in the movie for more than even 3/4 of it, you're in for like, you know, until the last 5 minutes of the movie. So it's like, you know, 80% of the movie, you're totally invested, loving it. And then it turns to dog shit. Still a good movie. Because 80% of it was great. That's a B.
Right.
So I dig M. Night Shyamalan. Even though he has that TV show that was on Apple or something like that about the weird guy and his wife who have a baby, but then the baby, it's like a weird twisted story, and they have like a nanny and stuff like that too, but the baby's not actually alive. It's a doll baby. Weird fucking story, but it's a pretty good story. But that's like M. Night Shyamalan series that I think was on Apple not too awful long ago. That was good stuff. But that new one looks cool.
Yeah,
I agree.
Dude, I mean, The Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense was great.
Signs. Scary as hell, because when you finally see the alien, you're like, oh my God. It's exactly how you would feel if it really happened and you're in some small town next to a cornfield. You know, it made you feel like this is what it's really going to be like.
Absolutely. Yeah. Totally.
And then, of course, I think they're all pissed about the happening with say hello to your mother. What's his name? Mark Wahlberg.
Right. Marky Mark.
People are killing themselves. And it turns out it's just the grass and the planet's pissed at people.
Yeah. There were some.
I understand them being mad about that. I get it.
And the one that was in like supposedly in olden times, but they actually were just in
the
middle of the park. Exactly. Yeah.
And the creature was just, they're trying to keep everybody in there, and they're actually living in that little
scare the kids. Reserves. They're all living in the park.
People, too bad.
Right.
Spoiler alert, too bad.
Oh yeah.
And then now the blonde one girl has to go and she's blind. And I think that was played by Opie's daughter, right? The redhead.
Is that Opie's daughter for real?
Well,
I don't know.
She's the second redhead in the Jurassic Park movies.
Okay.
The one after Julianne Moore.
Okay, right.
The next girl who plays the same character is Opie's daughter.
Is he? I didn't know that actually. Huh. Yep. Okay.
So how about
educational podcast here or webcast? What do we call this?
I got two more for you.
Dos más. More education.
You got any hope for the Broncos?
Well, we got a new quarterback. It's going to save the world, right? Because Bo Nix, isn't that his, right? Bo Nix, that's our new quarterback. Don't know anything about him. I'm one of those that don't watch the draft because I'm not a coach. There's nothing these guys are going to do for us for at least 2 or 3 seasons usually. So the draft is just like a hot NFL, just money gain type thing, you know, the way they totally advertise it and stuff like that anymore. But no slight on people who love watching it. It's just not my thing.
But I got into it a little bit, and
I think we're going to suck for at least another year or two.
Well, you know, and that's like these.
That's how it is.
Like, look at the Jets. They get a new quarterback every year. They get a brand new quarterback, and it never works out. Now they finally got Rodgers. Of course, that was hilarious last year.
That was
During the
hilarious.
first drive.
That was excellent. That was excellent. I mean, you can't write poetry like that. So
It's true.
yeah.
All right. Well, and I saw somebody at NFL Live today, and the coach even said, well, this is the second year now. I think I'm done pissing on all the trees around here. Basically marking his territory.
Right.
Letting everybody know how he's going to run things, and so I'm sure it'll be a better year. But dude, somebody's got to bring down the freaking Chiefs. I liked him for the first year, but now it's just getting old.
I was thinking. I totally agree with you. I've got a lot of family from Kansas, so that's kind of I don't hate the Chiefs like I hate the Raiders or totally hate the Chargers. The Chargers aren't a bad team either. They're kind of Justin Herbert's pretty good.
Yeah, I wouldn't be sad seeing the Chargers be kind of good.
Yeah, I guess they're LA now too, so they're like in the Rams' back pocket or whatever, and sharing everything with them.
Right, they're like,
are they supposed to get their own stadium or
Rams little bitches? Here you go.
Like the Clippers
facilities.
Yeah. Of course, the Clippers aren't getting their own shit.
Who are?
The Clippers are finally getting away from Staples and away from the Lakers.
Wow.
I don't know how when.
Well, the Chargers need to go back to San Diego anyway.
They do. Or elsewhere, or whatever. But
it's just stupid.
It is. Southern California, either way. But
at least the Raiders went to Vegas because,
right.
If you're not going
to, and there's a baseball team going to Vegas too, right?
What's that?
Isn't there a baseball team going to Vegas as well?
I think the A's are next year.
Okay. Wow. That's some hot baseball. I guess it'll probably be in an indoor, but damn.
I would hope. Yeah.
It'd have to be.
Yeah. Ugh. Well, they got hockey and football now, and so yeah, I imagine they'll get a basketball team.
It won't be long. Exactly. Yeah. Whoever's the next to move.
Right. Well, here you go. What do you have for summer plans? Any
summer plans?
Any concerts? Any trips? Any any getaways?
So here in 2 weekends, we have a little kind of summer / anniversary for my wife and I, getaway to Red Feather Lakes, which is a cabin or a place just outside of Fort Collins. We rented a cabin up there. So we'll be there Friday night and Saturday night. Kids will come up and hang out with them and stuff like that too. Maybe do a little fishing, maybe do a little bit of horseback riding out in Mother Nature, I also have the free tickets to see Fishbone at the Levitt Pavilion, which is like the free concerts in the park type place, But Fishbone's playing there later this summer, but you had to sign up for tickets just so that it doesn't just too many people go. But I don't know how weird it'll be or how lame it'll be. I think Angelo is the only member of Fishbone that's still there, which is kind of weird. But it could still be good. It's a free show. Who cares? Just saw, like I said, Social Distortion. That was excellent. And also saw Amigo the Devil, which was excellent. He was at the top of my list to go see live. Just saw him. He had been opening up for Frank Turner. But I was there for Amigo the Devil, and he's excellent. I think that's all my concerts I have so far. Nothing in the future otherwise. So,
all right. The only thing I'm shooting for is that Pretenders and Foo Fighters at some point. We'll see.
That'd be a cool show.
I have a 2-day pass to the 2 days of Metallica, but I've actually since decided I'm just going to sell it. If nobody buys it, then I'm going. If not, then I'm selling it either way.
Okay, right.
I just at this point, I'm just kind of whatever. I've already seen them, But so I may be going for 2 different nights, and then maybe going to see Green Day and the Smashing Pumpkins the night in between.
Okay.
At the Target field, the baseball field. So.
Okay, right.
Oh yeah, that's Green Day, Smashing Pumpkins, and Rancid. So that might be right. I don't think it's
90s alternative rock, punk rock festival.
I don't think it's the original singer from Rancid though.
Really?
Because the last couple records wasn't him; it was somebody else.
Are you serious? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, somebody else with a very similar name and a very similar sound, and it sounds. I mean, Lars still sings half it anyway, so who cares?
I was going to say, it would be half the songs or whatever. So
we'll see.
Huh.
None of that shit's free either. So
that's the truth. That is totally the truth, man.
Oh, check this out! I made a copy of all the Old Bulls songs, and put them on a CD.
Very nice. So
with
you can
the
play it in your truck.
the Wrong Again cover.
The Wrong Again cover. That's excellent. The complete. What do they call it when it's all the songs all together?
Oh, you broke up. Oh, there you are. There you are. You're back.
What's the
yeah, I'm making that. I'm sending that off to Reverend Jim's going to get that disc.
There you go. Perfect. Why not?
He got all excited when I mentioned your old band's name.
That's excellent. That's very excellent.
Years he got all excited. So, and he's the one that turned me on to that band called the Idols.
Okay, the Idols are good. They're good.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. They're super good. Did
and
you ever see
the Viagra Boys? But the Idols are way better.
The Idols are way better. Did you ever see the book we were in?
I didn't see the book yet, no.
Do you want me to just grab it real fast and show you on camera?
Do it up, yeah.
Hold on. This is badass, dude. So this is Colorado Crew, a collection of tales and images from the Colorado punk scene, 1988 through 1996. Den Void Part 2 by Bob Rob Medina and Sonny K.
Oh, yeah, I remember Rob. Yeah, Rob Medina. He was recording stuff even when my band was playing.
Sorry about the mirror image on my video.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all regular. I thought it wasn't backwards, so.
Oh, okay, perfect. It's just for me then.
Yeah, that dude. He was still filming crap when my band was playing in 09 even.
Okay, right. But I mean, it's like page after page of Denver rock and roll shit, you know. Unfortunately, I don't have the Old Bull's Needle page like earmarked or anything like that, and
that's right.
It's a thick ass book, man. That's really cool. Super cool.
I wonder if he'll do one from like 97 to something.
Moving forward. Well, this is part 2, so maybe part 3 is what you need. Ask him, brother. Maybe he's the next guest on Lord Duncan's Rock and World.
Shit, dude. No shit. That's right.
So you got a jingle yet?
Den Void. So maybe there's a Den Void part 3 for all we know. We'll have to see.
There could be. There's a part 1, I guess, which I've never seen, but look at it. Look for it at your local library.
Before we go, I'm just going to mention for closing the show, we're going to have a live shot of Old Bull's Needle playing the song Reoccurrence live in Grand Junction at the college there. And they told people not to smoke, but I was smoking in there anyway.
It was a great show. When it was so awesome to go back and play at the college in Grand Junction because it was just, you know, all our buddies, all the people we grew up with, all the friends and family and stuff like that. Well, it was a great place.
There were some Mohawks in there and a few stage dives. It was great.
You'll see it shortly.
That's right.
93?
I think in more 94.
94? Okay, could be 94.
Well, no, I think 93.
I bet it's 93.
93 sounds right.
Yeah, because it was summer, right?
Because Peace was there and I was still hanging out with him too.
Yeah.
So it was probably 93.
Yeah.
Look at my bag. Anyways, inside joke. Any parting words or closing words for our viewers before we watch this awesome live video?
Well, you know, the best thing I can say is smash that like button or whatever it is that they say on these shows. But thanks for having me on, brother. This is awesome.
And the subscribe button.
And the subscribe. Even better than the like button, probably. The subscribe button. Or the send money now button. Is that available yet?
I leave my address where they can send any gift they want.
Any gift you want. Send it to them.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Lord Jeffrey Earl Miller.
In your service, Derek, thanks a million. You rock.
All right, buddy. Catch you guys later. I'll see you guys all tomorrow night. We're doing live with Harmsy, and if anybody else who wants to come on can click on the link tomorrow night. We'll see you guys live tomorrow night. Catch you later.
Lord Duncan's Rock and World out.